The East Coast was rocked by a 5.8 magnitude earthquake in August of 2011. Centered about 50 miles northwest of Richmond, Virginia, it was felt from Georgia to New England by about 50 million people, more than any other earthquake in U.S. history. It triggered landslides across almost 13,000 square miles, or equivalent to the size of the state of Maryland, and caused $200 million in damages. It was definitely felt in my local D.C. area, where it shook up the local residents and caused considerable damage to national monuments as well as private homes. According to a scientist with the U.S. Geological Survey, quote, "It's just much more dangerous to have an earthquake at that level back on the East Coast than it would be on the West Coast. That is because the unique geological structure on the East Coast allows seismic waves to travel farther without weakening. Also, because earthquakes are relatively rare on the East Coast, there are not the same strict building codes with regard to earthquakes as, say, in California." And, as if that wasn't enough, a recent study found that Washington, D.C. and other East Coast population centers could be at a higher risk of major earthquakes than previously recognized. As a result, equations used to predict East Coast earthquakes need to be revised as scientists learn more. But we need more analysis and better data. So I decided to see what I could do. Searching on the internet, I found a Stanford University project called Quake Catchers Network at qcn.stanford.edu, which invites people to help them with earthquake research. The goal is to ultimately develop an early warning system that provides the extra precious seconds needed to save lives. The QCN website invites you to request a sensor and become part of the network. So I ordered a sensor, and in about a week, I received it in the mail. Well, my Quake catcher came today. Very exciting. What came in the package was the earthquake sensor, which is put next to 2 quarters, so you can see it's pretty tiny. It's got a little compass on it to help you orient it, and just some instructions about this side up. It comes with a letter that says thank you for being part of the Quake Catcher Network. So I went to the qcn.stanford.edu website for instructions on how to install the sensor and printed up the instructions. It says using the compass on top of the sensor, rotate the sensor to align the north arrow with the north line. So here's the north line right there, that gold color. And my north is this way, so I've got to turn my sensor so that it aligns the gold north indicator with the compass north. Okay, I think that looks pretty darn good. Now it says to place it on a flat or horizontal surface near the computer. So let's find a space. The space I chose is on the edge of my computer table. The computer table is heavy and I think would pick up any vibrations from the floor. And this way it's out of the way and I won't have anybody kick it, because the instructions are to make sure that it stays, attach it or secure it in a way that it stays oriented at north. So I used electric tape, because that way it's a little more aesthetically pleasing than screwing something down into my tabletop or using glue, which I don't think would be as secure. Okay, so we've got it attached, so now let's connect the USB cable to the computer. So now that we have everything connected, the next step is to sign into the account and get the software up and running. So let's try that. When you click on the tab that says BOINC installation, that's B-O-I-N-C installation, it takes you to a link that you have to click on to install. So let's give it a try. So I downloaded the program and immediately clicked on the icon to install it, and it takes me through the permissions. And I accept. Okay. And I'm installing. It says it's going to take a couple of minutes. Next step after installing the BOINC software is to go back to the QCN website and download the QCN software. You will be asked to select the color sensor you have and then the type of computer you have, and then click on whether it's Windows or it's Mac. Well, that's it. I'm officially installed and a member of the Quake Catcher Network. So lots of good data here, lots of important work being done, and I appreciate you watching this, and maybe you'd like to participate too. Okay, signing off for now. Bye-bye.